Hi everyone, it's Monday, July 12th. We're getting ready to leave the campground that we're at now. 4 days ago we were in Pacifica, that's a little bit south of San Francisco, and we headed up an hour and a half north to a city named Olema. Larry and I took different routes to get here. He went the 101 and I was intending to go on the 101, but when I take my trips, I usually run errands and I take that opportunity to make phone calls. And I got on the phone with my daughter Sky to hear about her assessment of her teachers at NYU, and I was so engrossed in the conversation that instead of taking the 101, I took the 80 to the 580 and then I had to take the Richmond Bridge over. And that I had to basically pay a stupid fee of $6 because I had to pay a toll, and Larry didn't have to pay a toll. And I actually was glad that I wasn't following him, because he told me the road that he had to take was pretty windy and it was a white knuckling experience. So I really wouldn't have wanted to be behind him seeing the RV sway. We still haven't figured out the sway bar issue. Anyway, we got into Olema just fine, and we were greeted with many GMC 1970 type RVs, which was kind of interesting, and there are a few of them that are still here. Let me show you. There's us. This park is a little bit different in that it's more like a park or a campground that you would go to when you were in camp in school, and they have an area for tents and they have an area for trailers. They're not specified areas. I think the tent one is, but the trailers and the RVs can be together, and there are a few fifth wheels. Most of the RVs and trailers and things are on the older side. The area is pretty though, and we've liked that. They have signs that say wild raccoons are in the area, so be careful. And they have a little post office, and they have a sundry shop, so that was kind of nice. But what we like the most is going to Point Reyes. We did a couple of things. The first thing that we did is a farmer's market, and it was really actually quite nice. It was on the small side, but the produce was really beautiful. And as you remember, in Pacifica, I checked out the lemon cucumbers. At the time, I thought getting a big lemon cucumber was the thing to do. But when I came home, I researched lemon cucumbers, and the big ones have a more coarse skin and lots of seeds, and the smaller ones are better. So I did pick up a small lemon cucumber here in Point Reyes, and it was better, and I liked it. Although I liked both, but I do like the smaller ones better. I also was very impressed, or not impressed, but very surprised that there was a onigirius, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, a Japanese rice ball vendor at the farmer's market, and there were some pottery vendors there too. It was really nice, kind of upscale. The things that they had were upscale, but the surrounding houses and things don't look upscale here at all. Then after that, we wandered and we did the lighthouse tour. This is so cool. Check out the wind from the ocean blowing the fog. Of 330 steps. Point Reyes, the lighthouse of Point Reyes.
Here at Inverness, here comes wifey. Oh, I guess that guy didn't know how to park his boat.
After that, we ventured into the market to see if we could get produce that was actually less expensive than the produce at the farmer's market, which was, I think, a little container of strawberries was like almost $6. So we wanted to see if we could do that, and Larry wanted to check out the cheese. So while we were doing that, I saw all these people carrying yogurt containers around the grocery store, and I thought, God, that's really weird. Why would they have yogurt containers? There must be a nearby place that has really good yogurt. Anyway, I wandered back to the butcher area, and at the butcher area they were serving soft served yogurt, and there were about 15 people in line. I'm like, oh my God, what is the deal with this yogurt? And at the time I went up, the person serving it said, sorry everybody, the machine's broken, we don't have any more, sorry. So I went up and I said, can I just have a little taste? I want to just see what it is. She said, yeah, and I tasted it. Oh my God, it was salted caramel yogurt. And I'm like, what is the deal with this yogurt? It tastes so good. Anyway, it turns out that it was buffalo milk yogurt. And buffalo milk, after I came home and I researched it, has 17 grams of fat versus cow milk, which has half of that, 8 grams of fat. So it was much tastier, and I found out that it originated in Sonoma about 5 years ago. Somebody created this buffalo gelato, and if you have the opportunity to check it out, I suggest you check it out. We took a hike. We wanted to go to the elk reserve, but we ran out of time because we worked a little too late, and it takes it's 5 miles to get into the reserve and 5 miles to get out, and we were starting off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so we thought we don't have enough time. So instead we went to the Tamales Bay trailhead. Hi, this is so pretty. Very different. I like the way the cloud cover is. It's dark and shady in some areas and sunny in other areas. We've got cows grazing, wild strawberries. And there we saw some wildlife, some birds, and lots of cows, and we were there by ourselves, and we actually had the opportunity to talk to Sheila, our dad's girlfriend. Well, now I could call her mom too. She unfortunately is in the hospital with she broke her hip, so she had to have surgery, and we got to talk to her and FaceTime with her to show her the surrounding areas where we were walking, and it was just very, very beautiful. So now we're actually leaving Olema, and we're heading up about an hour north to a KOA in Petaluma, and we'll be there for 4 days, and I hope it's good. Bye everyone.